Hey everybody, what's up from Pokemon Classics, reminding you that the classics never go out of style. Today we're celebrating 10,000 subscribers here on the Pokemon Classics YouTube channel, and that's a milestone that I honestly never thought that I'd reach. So I owe you all a tremendous debt of gratitude and thanks for all the love and support along the journey. Now what I wanted to do here today is just take a look back at the evolution of the channel, some of my favorite videos, some commentary on it, and just appreciate the past, because that's what we're all about on this channel. It's the classics, and today's the classics of the classics. Anyway, I hope you'll indulge me with this video. This is a little less scripted, less organized than my videos typically are, but it's one that I think is going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's take a look back at where it all began. So one type of video you'll find here on my channel are collection videos. And originally when I first started my YouTube channel about 6 years ago, that was my intention, was documenting my collection. And this was actually inspired by one of the OGs, one of the greats of the hobby, Gem Mint Pokemon, who does it better than anybody else in my humble opinion. Now for those of you that don't know this, I originally started collecting Wizards of the Coast sets back in 1999 when the Pokemon craze first began. And then in about 2011, I discovered graded cards and started submitting cards to PSA for grading. This is something that went on for a number of years as I worked on knocking out Gem Mint copies of cards and upgrading cards, and it's really part of the bug of being a collector is doing that. Anyway, I wanted to keep a visual documentation of my collection, particularly for cards that I don't keep with me, that I have off in storage, and so the YouTube videos became that visual documentation. I have videos on PSA graded cards, various cards that are in raw collections and in binder collections. Some of my favorites are my error card collection, and I know a lot of people like those here on YouTube. Honestly though, making a YouTube channel to document that collection was one of the best decisions I ever made. Now, in addition to collecting, I'm also fascinated by the economics of the collectibles market in general, and I've always thought that it was a valuable endeavor to grow one's collection by buying up lots of cards, reselling the ones that are extras, and then using that money to further grow the personal collection. I think those two things can coexist in a really meaningful way. And I've taken inspiration from SM Pratt, gotta shout him out, but I've always valued the videos that he'd make going into market analysis and into the subtle minutia of different market trends. And that's something that I thought I could bring to the table early on, especially given my background as an experienced teacher and video editor. So one of the things that I try to do with my videos, my market analysis content, is using B-roll through different data sites showing price charts and graphs, population reports, looking at news articles, and of course my personal favorite is making slideshows. I love to visualize information and put it graphically in a way that's organized and easy to digest, and hopefully that's something that viewers have gotten from those videos. Anyway, if you watch any of my market analysis videos, you'll find that they vary pretty substantially in content, whether it's looking at market fundamentals or even drifting over into some of the market psychology pieces, like the various types of investment bias that can often infiltrate our thoughts and mindset. Anyway, I love market analysis, and I think it goes hand in hand with collecting. As I previously mentioned, I'm a teacher, and one of my goals on this channel has always been to educate others. That's really important to me, and one of the places where it makes a lot of sense is with what I have experience in, collecting vintage cards, PSA grading cards, selling on eBay. Those are all things that I've done for a while now. When it comes to grading cards though, I've made a number of videos that are actually quite popular looking at the grading standards that PSA has. If you've ever visited the PSA website, they do a good job at describing the different grade levels that warrant different numerical scores, but all their examples are sports cards, and Pokemon cards are a little bit different. The corners are different, the edges wear differently, and so that's something that I've done and has actually been pretty popular, especially going into 2020, which was like the wild west of grading. Everybody was grading, new grading companies were popping up, so I think there was a lot of potential out there to help educate people. Anyway, I love graded cards, and I gotta thank PSA as well. They sent me some awards for the sets that I've constructed over the years, and that was a welcome surprise. And one of the highlights of this channel is not only being able to help other people, but also getting some of that recognition for the sets that I've accomplished over my years and years of grading cards. Speaking of education, I love history, especially as it pertains to the early years of the Pokemon trading card game. And one of the things I've tried to do on this channel regularly is shine the spotlight onto some of the historical oddities and interesting backstories behind some of the cards early on in Pokemon's history. For example, one of my favorite videos on this channel is the research that went into the first edition IV Pikachu card, promo card number 1, which actually could be Pokemon's very first secret rare release in the Jungle set. Now, videos like this I think are really cool because they're informational, but also if you have a knack for nostalgia and an interest in history, it kind of merges all those threads together. I've got a couple other videos talking about error cards and some of the history behind those. I'm actually working on a sequel because there are so many amazing error cards to feature, and pretty much every one has its own interesting, unique backstory. But anyway, that's right in the name. I'm Pokemon Classics. You can't appreciate the classics without an appreciation of history. Moving away from the past, let's also take a look at the present. A little over a year ago, I started a news series of Pokemon videos, and these are basically videos covering all the relevant Pokemon news of the month. And these have quickly emerged to become some of my most popular videos here on YouTube, whether it's covering relevant news about the trading card game, selling platforms, record sales for cards, or new product releases. These types of videos have been really fun to make and have actually sparked new life into my appreciation for Pokemon collectively, rather than just the narrow focus I've had on vintage cards. So I'm really appreciative of that. I'm actually working on May's recap video right now, and it's a big one because there has been a lot of major Pokemon news coming out in just the last few weeks. So be on the lookout for that one. So all of this broadened immersion into Pokemon has allowed me to take some of my personal interests and some of my Pokemon interests and merge them together into one coherent whole. And one of the ways that I've done that is building out a Pokemon-themed office area. And for those of you that didn't know this about me, I teach video production and I've been a video editor for a number of years. You can probably tell from some of my YouTube videos, but I wanted a space that was dedicated specifically for this. And so I was able to take various technologies and lighting specifically for video work, but then also infuse a Pokemon flavor to it, whether it's through Pokemon-related gifts that I've received from friends, signed cards that I've gotten over the years, some Pokemon displays, and just other thematic Pokemon-related items. I've made the studio my own personal space. It definitely echoes my personality. I love it in here. It's sometimes hard to get work done because of the distractions of seeing everything and having those memories associated with it. But there's been a lot of cool things that have come out of this studio. Many of these products I've shared in follow-up videos, and often Amazon has sales on this stuff. There really is some cool Pokemon stuff out there, and certainly a lot more that I still need to explore. Another series of videos that I've made on this channel, and probably my favorite series, is the Market Psychology series. This is a series all about collecting, but it's not so much the what's being collected, but rather the psychological why do we collect. Whether it's looking at ideas like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or taking individual psychological phenomenon and experiments like the marshmallow experiment, and seeing what types of applications we have to our own lives, I find it fascinating. It's essentially using collecting and cards to explore more about ourselves and the inner workings of our minds, and that's something I've always been fascinated with. Again, cardboard is just cardboard, but people are what really matter, and so when we can take videos and apply them to our own lives, that's where I see the ultimate goal, the ultimate win. Another way I've infused some of my passions together is my passion for inline skating and my passion for Pokemon cards. Two very, very different things. But a while back, I started working on a celebration set, and the idea behind the set is I would have to earn packs and personally open them by accomplishing various goals or major life milestones. And so that way I would associate the cards with specific memories of those accomplishments. This wasn't just skating related, but also with vacations and other things as well. In fact, I went to South Dakota at one point and opened some packs while I was out vacationing and hiking. It was a lot of fun. With the skating ones, one of the things I love to do is take some cards with me, skating, some packs, and then designate a specific trick to land to actually accomplish, and then earn that pack for myself. So special thanks to Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles, for this. He's the one that supplied me with the packs, and I couldn't have done it without him, but I really enjoy making these types of videos. Another type of video that I really enjoy making is just some random silliness, because what's life without a little bit of humor, a little bit of comedy? So I don't know if you guys remember the Bully Maguire Spider-Man meme, but I made a video of Bully Maguire battling Brock. This video actually did surprisingly well. It was just something different, something silly, something fun, and it tested my editing skills a little bit on that one. I've also done a video with the worst eBay listings I could find, featuring some really strange products like fossils with Pokemon. Kind of weird. My personal favorite, though, is a music video I put together earlier in the year, commemorating 2022 by making a music video parody to Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. And this was a pretty elaborate production recapping the entire year, with some not so great singing on my part, but sometimes we just need to laugh at ourselves and have a little bit of fun, and take a break from the seriousness to appreciate the things that are more whimsical in life. So definitely recommend that one if you haven't seen it. Finally, one of the more unexpected parts of my journey is all the events and conventions and opportunities to meet people in person and develop close and meaningful friendships. Now, that was something I was never expecting when I started out on this channel, is the level of positivity from everyone, whether it's even just in the comments of videos, whether it's through interactions online, or even more importantly, those interactions in person. And if I'm being totally honest with you, I'm a bit of an introvert in real life, and I would categorize myself as one of those people that's at least a little bit socially awkward, especially at first. But going to Las Vegas for Pokemon Saves the World was a ton of fun. I met so many people there that I've been watching or have known casually online for a long time. It's just so much more validating to meet people in person. Or going behind the scenes of Collecticon with Gary and his family. Really appreciate that. That was an amazing experience. And just meeting so many other collectors at conventions like Collecticon and elsewhere, it's something that's a highlight of my collecting experience, and I try to highlight those through the videos that I make as well. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you one more time for all the love and support that you've shown me, whether it's in the comments of videos like this one, if it's through online interactions, or even better, in-person convention meetups. I treasure all of those moments, and that's what the hobby means to me, is it's those experiences. Unlike other activities or sports where there's direct competition, that's not what this is about. This is about meaningful experiences and building memories, and I've had nothing but that ever since starting this channel. It really was one of the best decisions I've made. It's been truly gratifying and humbling in a lot of ways, and again, I can't thank you all enough for that. So what we're gonna do is I would like you to leave me any questions that you have down in the comments below. At some point, I'm going to follow this up with a Q&A video and open some more Celebrations packs and see if we can finally get that Charizard that I need for the collection. There's a few other cards that I'm missing, but the Charizard is the big one that remains yet to be pulled. So let me know your questions. We'll make it a Q&A video with some pack openings and just a celebration with celebrations. Anyway, guys, thank you all again. I'm Pokemon Classics, reminding you that the classics never go out of style, much like all of your friendship. We'll see y'all with the next video. Till then, stay well, stay healthy, have fun. Bye, everybody.